lights.
Okay, today folks, we're at Oak Hill Cemetery in Birmingham, and I came here because beautiful, beautiful cemetery. There's two notorious stories from here, hauntings from here, that they even cover on the Ghost Walk. And one is right here, the Erswells. You see it right here, and this is their vault mausoleum. And the story behind them is this: Edward Erswell used to be you can see in here, you can see the graves. He used to be an affluent businessman here, and he turned into a funeral director and a coffin maker, and they were kind of wealthy, you know, but she wanted to be buried in another cemetery in another place where wealthy people were buried, and here they were buried here, but he buried her here and she died first. So when he died and he was buried here, they said now, even to this day, you can hear in there complaining and whispering to her husband and talking to Edward about the spot of her burial, because she's not happy with the spot of her burial. And so that's one of the places we're going to do a little investigation right here. And then another one was a site of some murders, and we'll talk about that one as we walk. And this is the site of the murders was Emma Halt's, and the story behind that, her husband and her lived here in Birmingham. And he was I think he was an attorney. He had money. He was an attorney or something. And he fell in love with a young girl that he wanted to be with. And back during that time, they couldn't just divorce and go and be with someone else. So he murdered his wife and his two daughters, or three daughters. And they're all buried here. And they said if you go to their graves and their site, they'll tell you the story. And they'll talk to you. And you can hear the children and the woman talk to you. So we're gonna see if we can find their plot too, and we'll do two investigations and two talks with them today while we're here at Oak Hill, and we're looking for lot 5, Jay.
Okay.
So when we find lot 5, we're gonna investigate there's spot.
Block 6. Block 6, 8.
Is that 3 down there? Does that say 6? You think it might be one of these up here?
Let's see, this is block 2.
Uh-huh. I wonder if it's one of those up closer to the front. I see the key cat. Here's lot 5. Okay, see?
No.
So that's lot 5.
Block 5.
And that's where we're going to try to find the Halls family. Let's go up here.
So this is block 5 right here. I'm in block 5 right now. Here's a hall.
H-A-W-E-L.
Oh no, this is H-A-L-L, never mind.
Notoriously, this was updated in 2021. The mother and two daughters are buried in unmarked graves by the small tree in the background. See that? Okay, so here's a little path, right? That's Brown Livingston. He's giving you a marker, and there's a tree. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
All right, let me come down here
It was a
then.
notorious murder. They didn't want it, like enshrined and stuff. Okay, now, right here it says Brown Livingston, right? You see this family right here. Let me tell you what happened, guys. So they did not want, because these were notorious murders in the area, they did not want the graves disturbed and shrines and stuff put up to them. So they buried them in unmarked graves right here. By this, I think they're talking about this small tree right here. So the mother and the daughters are all buried right here. And they are in unmarked graves right here beneath my feet. So we'll do a test here and a test over there. Okay.
All right.
Now, right here, In 1888, these people were involved in what was called the Olds Riot, and it was nationwide attention for Birmingham. And what happened was Ethan killed his wife and 2 young children with a hatchet and dumped their bodies in Eastlake, all because he wanted to marry this young woman. So they buried their bodies here. But what it did, it started out because he was huge in the railroad industry here, and he was a tycoon. It started these huge riots because he was pleading his innocence. And it was actually their handmaid or their housekeeper, their nanny, whatever you want to call it, that he was sleeping with. So it come out that he did murder them and that they were victims. But both of his daughters and his wife were killed with a hatchet. All right. We'll start off with the 10 minutes. You have time. It's 12:59. Okay?
All right.
So we'll do this for 10 minutes. Sound good?
Yes.
My name is Jennifer.
My name is Jay.
And we come in peace. I'm sitting.
Do you want me to sit too?
Please.
All right, I'll do that. Let me.
Is this Emma?
No.
Is this Emma we're talking with? Yes, you are.
Thank you. I think you said you're safe. Appreciate that.
Emma, I researched where you were buried and your daughters were buried, and I researched the crime that was done against you and how horrible that was. And I want to say I'm very sorry about what happened to you and your daughters. Here. And what I was going to tell you is these little balls, they just make little lights go off. And anyone can play with them or touch them and they'll just make them blink. And that little box will just go off and it'll make buzzing noises. Nothing we do will hurt you. We just want to talk to you for about 10 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Emma, are you here?
No.
Emma, are you here? Okay. Are your daughters here with you? Are your daughters with God? But you're here. Emma, tell me your story. What happened to you? How did you pass away? Did your husband kill you? He did. Yeah. Where did he put your body?
Go.
Where did he try to hide your body?
Where did he kill you? Did he put your body in Eastlake?
Where?
The light's going off. Thank you for setting that off. Thank you. You see it just blinks. You can't, it won't bother you. Thank you very much. You can sit around us and talk to us. Yeah.
Right, and that other device up there, it might even give you some energy if you'd like to touch it.
Yeah, it'll dispose. How did your husband kill you? Hatchet. Is that the same way he killed the children? Where did he put the children's bodies? Was he ever convicted of your murders? He was. Who was it that he wanted to be with? What was her name, the reason he did it? What was her name? Lincoln again. Thank you for setting that off.
Thank you. Could you set one of the other ones off?
There's one right beside me, one right here, one right there.
And then the big one up there, it'll make a buzzing noise if you touch it. I think this is what I see.
Okay, what was the girl's name that he was wanting to be with? Did he do it by himself? What year did that happen? What year did you pass away? Did that happen? Did the riots happen? Going off again. What year did the riots happen? Are you resting in peace now? Well, I'm glad he was convicted.
Right.
I'm glad he had to serve justice for what he did to you. And I'm very, very sorry for what he did to you. And I want you to rest in peace, and I'm glad they have this unmarked so people can't mess with your graves.
Right.
Well, when the riots happened, it caused a lot of problems in downtown Birmingham. And the reason the riots happened was because people were upset that this man, just because he was a railroad tycoon, was getting away with the murder of a woman and 2 children. And so there was huge riots. It made national headlines in 1888. So she was famous, and it was an infamous fight. So that's the reason why they're buried in unmarked graves. And I'm very sorry. And we're going to leave you to rest in peace. I just wanted to come by and visit with you and say that your story has not been forgotten, that people still remember who you are. And I'll keep your name alive. Okay, rest in peace.
Oh, cool.
Right. Now I'm going to come back over here. Now, this story is not as dark, guys. It has more of a lighter feel. And all these men who say that even after death, their lives are going to haunt them, I want you to understand it's true. Don't do anything to piss us off, because if so, this is going to be your story. Okay? So you see, their last name was Erswell. And he was wealthy in the town, and he had a lot of money. And he started off as a businessman, and then he ended up going into the funeral business and making coffins because it was more lucrative. At that time, in the early 1800s, they had a lot of diseases and stuff going on. So that's what happened. This is asking me to, anyway, so he changed careers because of that. He could make more money that way. But she died before him, and this was not where she wanted to be buried. So to this day, they said you can hear whispers and her talking and complaining to him about her burial site, because this is not where she wanted to be buried. So we're going to try and see if we can get him to talk to us, the man or woman. And he might come through and say, don't piss off your wife. Because you're going to hear about it for what? Eternity. This little device right here, it will only make noise. See that? It'll just make noise and beep. It's not going to hurt you. So anybody here that wants to talk and make a noise with these, it's just going to let us know that you're here. It is not going to hurt you. And these little things are cat balls. See, they're just points. And what happens, you touch them and they blink. They'll make noise. And all any of this is doing is showing us that you're here. See, I'm turning them on, so you can see I'm touching them. They're not going to hurt you. This little device I have in my hand will let you speak some words to me if you want to speak words or talk about your story. And I already told you about the balls and the REM pod. That's just going to let us know that you're here. Now you can talk to this device and tell me anything you want to say. Are you here with us? Is anyone here with us? Can you say something? This will be easy to talk to. See who's all in here and say some names. Yes, Edward. Are you here? And Catherine. Are y'all here? Can you set one of those balls off? Or the REM pod? You already know it's not going to hurt you. My name is Jennifer.
My name is Jay.
And we're just here to talk to you about your story. You have a beautiful ball. Is Catherine here? They say that they hear you whispering and talking in here. Is that true? Do people hear you talking and moving in there? We just want to talk with you. We don't mean any disrespect. We're not going to hurt you. If you're here, can you set off one of those cat balls? Show us that you're here. I heard that you didn't like your burial plot. That you were dissatisfied with how you were buried and what happened. You was. Are you still dissatisfied with it? Is Is Edward there with you? Does she fuss at you all the time in the afterlife? Does she give you a hard time? Yeah. Why does she give you a hard time? Why is it that she's giving you a hard time? Hard time. Why are you giving them a hard time? Because you don't like the spot? Seriously, you think that it's better to be here giving him a hard time than being with God? I don't think you two get along too well in the afterlife. What year is it? What year is it to you? Can you show us that you're here? Can you knock or make a noise? Or will you please set off one of the balls or talk to us? Can you not make a noise? Yeah, I hear you. I said, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Who is the president? Do you know who the president is? I think it sounds like Richard Nixon or something.
Are we in war? Do you want to know what year it is? It's 2023. It's 2023. And we've been in a lot of wars. It's been a long time. Let me see what year it was that you were. Let's see. Catherine, you died in 1930. Who's the president?
Oh gosh, I can see his face. He's on his stand when I'm on.
Who's your president in 1930? And George is here with you. And Edward and Henry. I like the name, Mo.
He wanted to say Truman, but it wasn't Truman.
L. Another Henry. I see these dates going all the way back to the 1800s. One says 1800. What does it say? Henry, born 1882, died 1900.
1882 to 1919.
1900.
1900, he was very young then.
Yeah. How did y'all die? Who am I talking to?
Were you a soldier?
Were you in war when you died? I see the dates are all closely related. Was there a disease or a famine? Then how did you pass away?
Yeah.
I have to say you have a beautiful mausoleum. This is a beautiful resting place. It's nice. You shouldn't be complaining about it and your family's here. Can you knock on something? Can you make a noise? Can you do this? Yeah, here it again. You don't want me knocking? Can you make a noise? Huh? All right. You don't like this? Can you make a noise? All right, then. They're not going to want to interact.
No,
We're
not
going to
today.
close up and let them rest in peace. They have a beautiful place. I want y'all to stay here. You cannot attach. You cannot follow.
That's right. You have to stay here.
And if you want to stay and torment him for eternity, that's your choice. All right, guys. Rest in peace.